Hi, y'all. This is Genevieve with Belladonna and Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I'm doing really well. This is the reading. This is the reading for Aquarius for January 18th through 24th, 2021. However, I do think this week is going to be tough for the entire world. I just think things are changing so much, and I see that in your reading too. So let's start out. We get the Nine of Cups reversed, which means you're in a good place to get everything you want, but not yet. It's coming. So turn it over. See, he's happy. He's got emotionally got what he needs, what he wants, but it's just going to take some time. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just isn't going to happen now. The next card we get is the Three of Cups, also reversed. And what this card is telling me is that you need to spend some time with your friends. You need to celebrate what you do have instead of what you don't have. Everybody has do's and don'ts as far as what they do have and what they don't have. It's just different for everybody. We all have a different tally list. I learned that years ago when I was passing by a place and somebody said they had always wanted to live in a certain place. I'm like, really? Why would they want that? And I've come to realize that different people have different goals and different desires. For example, I want to live in Louisiana. Not everybody does. I don't know why, but they don't. And I would have a metaphysical store and a coffee shop and a bed and breakfast. Why doesn't everybody want that? Well, if they did, then I couldn't have mine. So we're all going to have different dreams and goals. And so I think that you need to maybe hone those this week. Figure out what's going on. I also get the Tower reversed next to you having everything you want. So first of all, you've got some major changes that you have to make before you can have it. Now they are reversed, so it's not quite as major, but you're going to have to make these changes before you get what you want. You're also going to have to learn to rely upon your friends. And you may think that you don't have friends, but maybe you're looking in all the wrong places. Sometimes we miss the people that matter. We don't see the people that matter because they've always been there. And they're always going to be there, so they don't count. Yeah, they do. Those are the people that really do matter, the people that are always going to be with you. Now, we also get the six of Cups. This card is also reversed. It's all about nostalgia and looking backwards instead of forwards. And I think you need to stop that. You need to stop and realize that, yes, some things were really good, but not everything was. And it's time to move on. It's time to make those changes. And that is what goes on here, this Eight of Cups. It's also saying time to make changes. Once again, it's reversed. So it's not as harsh, but you need to be evaluating and making choices. And honestly, that's kind of the theme of this week, I think, for most people, is to evaluate and make choices. And finally, we get the Knight of Cups. I believe, and this is reversed, if you are a man, you have been trying to be a knight in shining armor. If you're a woman, you've been looking for your knight in shining armor. Well, I'm telling you both, man or woman, stop it. And the reason I say that is you cannot be a knight in shining armor, and you cannot have one. You are your own knightess. The deal is if we're trying to save someone else, we can't. Gosh darn it, we can't. We can help them, but only if they're willing to help themselves. You cannot drag them kicking and screaming along if you're trying to be the knight. And if you're looking for the knight, do you really want someone to drag you kicking and screaming along? No. Honestly, you need to have someone you can walk beside. that they can be a partner. They can be a friend. They can be an ally. You cannot be a knight or have a knight. That's just an artificial fairy tale that's never worked. Never worked. Unless maybe you were a madam in distress in the fairy tale. But guess what? Fairy tales end happily ever after. But they don't have real life. They don't have bills to pay. They don't have crying children. They don't have jobs that wear them out. They don't have addictions. Fairy tales aren't real. And neither are knights and having a knight. So stop living in a fairy tale. Okay, now I'm going to pull a card from the Oracle of the Unicorns. And this card says possibilities. And it says raise your standards. Oh my word. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. And you do. As long as you're not looking to be saved or to save someone. Because that's not real. That's artificial. And as long as you're living in La La Land, you're never going to have the world you want here. I'm also going to pull a card from the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. And this says, let them go. So, if you are trying to be a knight, let that go. If you're trying to find a knight, let it go. They don't exist. Only in fairy tales. And you know what? I want to live on this world. I want to live in the here and now. I don't want to live in tomorrow or yesterday or any other day, but right now. I want to go pet my dogs now. You know, do you think it would do my dogs any good if I decided I would pet them tomorrow instead of tonight? No, they want it right now. And that's just it. You need to live in the here and now. And you cannot live in a fairy tale any longer. We have just entered the age of Aquarius. And Aquarius, and you are Aquariuses, are all about learning things in your head. But there's still a part of you that have been holding on to those magic fairy tales that don't exist. So let it go. Namaste, y'all. If you want to do a private reading, send me a text to 405-512-9400 and we'll get something scheduled on Zoom. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube page so you never miss another reading again. Bye-bye.